Hello everyone, Auvbri here, and welcome back to another speed build in The Sims 4. So I just want to tell you real quick a little backstory behind this build. So I was watching this BuzzFeed video on YouTube where this interior designer was to do a makeover of a standard house in The Sims 4. And I commented on that video that I thought it was a good base, but I thought that more could be done. And he kept saying that he wanted things to be really minimalist, and minimalism and modern was his design language. And I just thought, you can still do a minimalist modern build and still get some color in it instead of it just being black and white. So that's what we're doing today. I wanted to take a crack at it myself, so we're doing the minimalism house, and I'm just doing a basic minimalistic house, modern, inspired, and I'm throwing in colors. So we have a lot of whites and grays and blacks, and that's the general color feel of this house. But I wanted to show that you can still put in a lot of color without it being like right in your eyes. If just put in one chair that has like a distinctive color, that can really help break the room up a bit. And I know I'm not an interior designer, and somebody actually commented that on my my comment for the video. No, I don't have qualifications as a interior designer, and I never claimed to have that. I just said that I was a sim tuber myself, so I built houses in The Sims 4, and I've done so for almost 2.5 years now on YouTube. I even done it way before I started doing YouTube, so I don't know if I would say my qualifications are there, but I definitely do think I know something about designing houses and getting things to work together, just with the whole interior aspect of a build. So yeah, that's why I decided to take a crack at this house. So we're just building the shell right now, and you might have noticed that we have this big wall around on the one side. We're also gonna have one on the other side. So I wanted to build some shaders for the build, for the size of the build, so we could have lots of windows and still have it being quite a private property, because this is located right in the middle of San Myshuno. So I just wanted to have somewhat of some privacy, and I thought these shaders were a very good way to do that, and still keeping like the modern aspect of the build in mind. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I changed these shaders a lot throughout the build here. So we started off having them brown, and now they are white with the black finish, and in the end they're gonna be all black. The front here and some in the back are gonna be this wooden color, because I just thought it looked really well, and it just broke up that white and black color ratio that was really dominant in this build. So yeah, that's what I wanted to do. So this actually took quite a long time to do. It's not a very big build, so it contains of 2 bedrooms, a office which you can turn into a bedroom if you want to, and then we have 2 living rooms, one with a television. We have a big kitchen and a big dining room area, and then we have a little workstation area downstairs as well. So it's not a full-blown office, but it's a little work section where you can kind of sit down with the computer and get some work done. And we have 2 bathrooms in this house. So yeah, I'm just working on the whole design now. I also wanted on the other side here to have some these same shaders as we had on the other side, And I just thought that was a really cool idea, just a good way to, as I said before, break up the builds, but still kind of keep the privacy of the house. So we're going to put in a lot of windows, and I decided only to put windows with a few exceptions. So only put windows where there were shaders, just to kind of shield this family living here from nosy people outside. So we have these shaders, really long shaders that go from the ceiling and downwards. And there's a couple of those in the back and some in the front here. I wanted to have those as kind of so they still function as the same shaders as the other, but they are kind of like raised up because I wanted to have plants underneath them as well. So you might be wondering why I'm sounding a bit weird at the moment. I'm actually it's really cold here in Denmark. Let me just say that. Today we had -3 degrees Celsius, and it's only going to get colder as from here. And it snowed outside, so it was just like tons of snow. And I've actually, my nose is a bit drippy, to say it in a nice way. So that's why I sound a bit weird. I'm having a really hard time breathing through my nose. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, let's just get back into the build. So upstairs here, as I said before, we have the two bedrooms. I didn't actually do a master bedroom just because I didn't feel like one was more equal or was superior to the other. So I decided to just have two nice looking bedrooms. You can decide which one is the master bedroom yourself. I didn't do that. And we have the office upstairs as well, and one of the living rooms, and a great big bathroom. So yeah, and downstairs we have the rest of the room. So you kind of walk right into the dining room. You're met with a great big staircase, and you walk right into the dining room, and then we have the kitchen in the corner here. So I wanted to kind of break up the kitchen from the rest of the build. So this is the only color wall there is inside the build. Everything else is white, and I decided to do that because this guy in this video actually only used whites and blacks colors. I just wanted to show that you can actually build something that is modern, minimalistic, and high-end, and still get a little color inside of your builds. So yeah, that's kind of why I chose to have this wooden texture on the in the kitchen, just kind of break things up and have it look a bit different. So it's a very nice big kitchen. I'm really happy about how it turned out. So other than the wallpaper behind it, there's no color in this kitchen, so it's all gray. And I decided to accent the kitchen with a lot of accessories and some colored chairs as well. Just to kind of break things up. And that was something that actually really annoyed me when people started complaining in the comment that I did, that I didn't know what I was doing and it was a great build. Yeah, it was a really great makeover, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like it lacked something. It needed plans, it needed just a popping color somewhere. And I know I'm not the only interior designer. I watch a lot of shows with people designing stuff and doing interior design and, you know, house makeovers and stuff like that. So I kind of feel like I know what I'm doing when it comes to choosing colors. And if you want to go really minimalistic and go just all basic white, blacks, and gray colors, you achieve the best feel to it if you kind of have a color, just a simple little color in the room that can kind of break everything up. It kind of makes the room easier on the eyes instead of it just being all whites and blacks and, just neutral colors. So it makes it easy on the eyes, because the eye know what to focus on when you actually have a color that you can focus on. And that's also why I chose to, throw some colored paintings on the wall as well. They really do help break up the furniture and just kind of throw some color into the build, which I really think that if you want to do a all neutral color build, that's fine. It can be freaking awesome, but I just feel like you need something to break up the otherwise colorless house that you're actually creating. So I just wanted to do this build and kind of show that you can do that, and I think I achieved it very well. And as you can see, we don't actually have colors in this build, at least not that many. So it is just neutral colors, and then I throw in a chair here and there with a really pow color, and just kind of break things up a bit. And I just feel like it just makes things pop a bit more. So oh yeah, there's a new feature in The Sims 4 where you can actually scale things down now, which is freaking awesome. So I just want to address something real quick. I know a lot of you guys actually ask me, how do I scale things up and down? I would love to tell you guys, but truth be told, I'm playing on a Nordic keyboard, which means that I have some letters from my language, and I believe they're also present in Norwegian, and I don't actually know if they're present in Swedish. Maybe not. But I have the three letters E, Ö, and O, which means that my keyboard is not like the English keyboard. So I don't actually know how to tell you where to press to scale things up and down. I just know what to press on my keyboard. And because I have those three letters, I believe it's the left and right bracket that you need to press to actually scale things up and down. They are not present in my keyboard, so they actually moved up to the 8 and 9 number, and then you have to press Alt Control to actually use those. So it's just, the Nordic keyboard is just a little different. So a lot of my signs is not where the signs would be in a standard English keyboard. So I can actually help you with what you need to press. But if you just do a quick Google search on how to scale things up and down, sure you can find the information that you need. And it's not because I want to be a jerk and just not answer, but I simply don't know how to answer it, because I don't use a keyboard like you guys, and I actually had to figure out myself how to scale things up and down, and how to move things up and down on the walls and stuff like that, just because EA doesn't actually provide you with a guide on how to do it if you don't have an English keyboard. So I had to figure it out myself. Yeah, and there was a lot of trial and error, but yeah, that's why I don't actually answer when people ask me how to do that. So there was just a quick insight. So yeah, we did the downstairs now. You're not going to see me in the build here doing the bathrooms. They're going to be screenshots of it in the end. And yeah, the downstairs, it was done, and we did the living room. That was the word I was looking for. We did the living room downstairs, and this is the upstairs living room where we have the television. So I was actually talking to my mom, and she said that sometimes it's when I move things out of the way, when I actually, when I go into another room and place an item and then just go back to what I actually did before, that it was confusing to watch sometimes. And let me just address that as well. So when I actually do that, if I, for example, you can see in the background, I placed a corner couch into the, into the master bedroom, or like I just did, went downstairs to place a litter box. When I do that, it's because I find an item that I want to use in another room. And if I don't place that item in the room that I want to use it in, I simply do forget to put it in. And then I feel like it's a missed opportunity. So that's why I sometimes go around. And that's why I usually take many screenshots of the same room, so you're going to see the same room from many different angles, so you can kind of see what I actually removed and what I was moving around. So I know that sometimes it actually goes a bit fast in these speed builds, but you just have to see it from a side where if I were not to speed it up, and it actually is not sped up as much as it used to be, so I actually took it down, which is why the speed builds are a bit longer now. But if I don't speed it up, it's just gonna take forever to get through a speed build, and this speed build is already almost 23 minutes long, and I feel like that's a very, very long time to watch something. And I try to keep the speed builds at a minimum length, so you guys don't have to sit through the whole thing like 40 minutes long or something. I try to keep it kind of like the same length as a sitcom or shorter than that. So that's why I do that. And I know it's sometimes really confusing when I do that, but that is why I take all of those extra screenshots of the same room, so you can kind of see it from every angle and see every single detail that I put into the room. So yeah, just wanted to address that. Here is the other bedroom. So again, I know I said it before, but I don't actually have a master bedroom in this build, just because I like the bedrooms as two separate things, and I feel like both of them could be the master bedroom. This is maybe a bit smaller than the other, but it has the double walk-in closets, which I really like as well. So yeah, no master bedroom. You can kind of just choose what you want to use as the master bedroom. They kind of have different styles. So I know on the upstairs I kind of went a bit away in the bedrooms from the minimalistic things, but I still tried to keep in mind that we still needed to have, that minimalistic feeling to it. So it was, again, I tried to do neutral colors and then throw some color into the build, so it kind of blended together really nice. So yeah, working on the outside here. So it was a really big lot, and I just wanted to have I didn't want to have a big garden outside, so we actually have this garden behind some of the shaders where you can kind of put in some chairs. I totally forgot to do that when I was watching this video, but you can put in some shaders there if you want to do that. And yeah, just the outside, I didn't want it to be anything spectacular, so we have these long, big flower beds and fountains, and that's kind of it. I didn't want it to be super aggressive and like a very, very like dominant looking garden, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I just wanted it to be clean looking and nice and simple. So I decided to throw in some water fountains here, just to kind of break it up and have something in the fountain area. But yeah, I didn't want it to be too aggressive outside, so I'm actually super happy about how it turned out outside. And then I put in, this concrete flooring to kind of blend it in with the surrounding city. What is the name of it? City. Oh, totally forgot. Sidewalk. That was the word. So here we have it. This is the entrance right when you walk into the house. And as you can see, the dominant color in here is white and black. And then I just throw in some subtle small colors here and there just to kind of break it up. And you can do so much with just a little plant here and there, or like we have here, the chair that is just a different color. I just feel like that kind of breaks up the room so much more than just having it being in basic neutral colors. So yeah, here's the downstairs bedroom, not in a bedroom, bathroom. That was the word I was looking for. Upstairs living room. A bit more simple than the downstairs, and I'd actually had a lot of room here, so I didn't actually know what to do. So I put in stuff for the pet, which is why you could see me kind of put in a litter box downstairs. And we just watched the one bedroom, and here we have the other and the office area. I actually really like how this turned out. It's just so clean looking and very officey. And the upstairs bathroom as well. These bathrooms are super, super clean looking, and I love how they turned out. And some photos from the upstairs from above, so you can kind of see the layout of the house. And again, it's not the biggest house. It looks really big, but it's really not. So yeah, just the last photos from the outside as we walk into the last screenshot. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to leave a big like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below what you thought about the video. And you can find it on the gallery right now. Search Auvbri, should be able to find it. And yeah, there's nothing else for me to say other than have a truly fantastic day wherever you are in the world. And I will see you next time for another video. Bye!